Iraq economic news and points to ponder late Saturday night, December 22, 24. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. An expert predicts Iraq's economic future in 2025. Reports Saturday, December 21, 2024. 70 views. Sky Press, Baghdad. On Saturday, international economist Nawar al-Saadi revealed the financial and economic future expectations for Iraq at the beginning of the new year 2025. Al-Saadi said, Iraq's economic and financial future expectations at the beginning of the new year carry a mixture of optimism and caution, as they depend largely on a group of economic, political, and regional factors that directly affect the country's financial and economic stability. He added, international estimates indicate an improvement in Iraq's economic growth rates, according to reports from the International Monetary Fund, where it is expected that the Iraqi economy will witness growth of 1.4% during the next year, with an expected increase of up to 5.3% in 2025. This growth reflects the recovery of the economy after the challenges it faced in recent years, especially after the economic contraction that reached 2.2% in 2022. Economic growth will be mainly driven by stabilizing oil prices and increasing investments in non-oil sectors. Al-Saadi pointed out, there are fears of a deterioration in the financial situation due to the expected deficit in the state's general budget, as the deficit is expected to expand to 7.6% of the gross domestic product during the next year, compared to 1.3% in the current year. This deficit is due to fluctuations in oil prices, which are the main source of government revenues. The economic situation is further complicated by the heavy dependence on oil, as it constitutes about 90% of Iraq's revenues. Any decrease in its global prices may lead to severe financial pressure on the government. He pointed out that other challenges relate to inflation rates, which are expected to rise slightly to reach 3.5% in 2025. This rise reflects the effects of financial pressures and internal economic challenges, including the rise in prices of goods and services as a result of increased production and import costs. Oil production. Iraq is expected to continue to maintain a high level of production, with plans to enhance its production capacity to reach about 4 million barrels per day by the first quarter of 2025. However, the success of these efforts will remain linked to stability, political and relations with OPEC, in addition to achieving long-term investments in energy infrastructure. Al-Saadi continued, at the banking sector level, the government seeks to implement structural reforms to improve the efficiency of the banking system and increase transparency, and these reforms come within a larger vision to develop the Iraqi economy and diversify sources of income away from excessive dependence on oil. The specialist in international economics concluded his speech by referring to all the aforementioned data, by saying that Iraq may be facing hot economic and financial events with the beginning of the new year, and the main challenge lies in the government's ability to manage these challenges effectively through balanced financial and economic policies aimed at promoting economic stability and diversifying the economy to achieve sustainable growth. An economist urges those in charge of the Industrial Project Financing Initiative to take measures that attract investors. Economy. Yesterday, Baghdad today. Baghdad economist Manar al-Obaidi confirmed today, Saturday, December 21, 2024, that the Industrial Project Financing Initiative is one of the main initiatives that aims to support the industrial sector in Iraq and enhance its role in achieving economic development, noting a package of measures that must be taken to ensure that it is directed in the right way, serves its national goals, attracting investors. Al-Obaidi said in a post on the Facebook platform, followed by Baghdad Today, that the initiative comes as part of the efforts made to stimulate industrial activity by providing financing on easy terms, including low interest rates, flexible payment periods, and encouraging guarantees, noting that these advantages make the initiative attractive to investors, as it gives them the opportunity to establish industrial projects that support the local economy and reduce dependence on imported goods. Trillion Iraqi dinars this year, which highlights the urgent need to activate such initiatives to reduce this economic burden, stressing the necessity of setting clear controls and goals for the initiative to ensure its success and achieve its goals. He continued, setting measurable goals helps direct efforts effectively and ensures achieving the desired results. The general goal of promoting industry, despite its importance, is a broad goal and not subject to precise follow-up, stressing that it is necessary to formulate specific goals linked to indicators, measurable performance, so that the extent to which the initiative achieves these goals can be evaluated. He stated, "Unfortunately, Iraq's experience with the Small and Medium Enterprises Financing Initiative shows the importance of this point. More than 18 trillion Iraqi dinars have been allocated to this initiative. But a large portion of the funding was directed toward projects not related to supporting the productive economy, such as construction and housing projects." He noted that this approach did not achieve the desired goals of the economic initiative and led to a reduction in its effectiveness. He stated, "To ensure that the initiative's funding is directed towards projects that achieve national goals, key criteria must be determined to evaluate projects applying for funding, which include 1. Reducing the import bill. One of the main goals of any industrial project is to reduce dependence on imports. This trend does not contribute to reducing the total value of imports, but rather leads to additional losses, such as the state losing customs revenues on imported goods, as imported raw materials are exempt from customs under investment laws. However, it should be noted that some projects may claim to reduce the import bill, but in reality they replace the import of the finished product with the import of raw materials. Therefore, priority should be given to projects that rely on local raw materials or that operate in the field of extractive and recycling industries, compared to manufacturing industries that depend on importing raw materials. 2. Providing job opportunities. Modern technology has reduced the need for manpower in many industries, as production lines have become semi-automated. Therefore, funding priority should be for projects that provide significant direct and indirect employment opportunities.